I got to know Carl, who was a hero of mine, when Mickey Mantle, John Kennedy, Carl Sagan, early on, and then about 7 years ago, sometime after Carl passed away, Carl's collaborator, his widow, Annie Durian, and I began to think about doing a new series, believing that it was time, a generation had passed, and that in particular the new generation needed a sense of the heroes of science that would help to invigorate their interest and understand why science matters and get excited about it. We were very fortunate to have the interest from several global networks, generous offers to produce the series, and yet we didn't feel that they were providing us just enough to be able to mount it on the level, as you've seen in the first hour, with the cost of the animation and the visual effects and the world travel that was necessary with Neil, in order to really be sure that we could do two things that were paramount to us from the get-go. One, of course, was to maintain scientific accuracy throughout the series. And the second was to produce a sequel that we believed would be worthy of the original. And out of respect for Carl and Anne and those who worked on the first series, Neil and Anne and I didn't want to embark on a second without knowing we had the support to really do this beautifully. And we got that thanks to Seth MacFarlane, who Neil met. You can pick up the story from there that brought us to Fox and National Geographic.
Yeah, Seth MacFarlane is perhaps known to most people for his cartoons, Family Guy, and but many people didn't know that he has a deep interest in science. Some of that interest manifests in the inventions of Stewie. Stewie has a time machine, if you're familiar with the cartoon. And in one episode, he goes back to the beginning of the universe. The Big Bang, that episode is called The Big Bang. So if you look carefully, you realize that he is a big fan of science. And he is hugely influential in Hollywood. And it was his efforts that brought this project to Fox and National Geographic Channel. With that umbrella, Cosmos would have the investment and the distribution worthy as a successor to the original. And it would have a production value that would enable us to tell whatever cosmic story we wanted, using visual effects and on-location shooting to bring an authenticity to the topics. Now, you just saw the first episode. It has elements that you will see in many other episodes, the cosmic calendar. That, I'm there just on a green screen, and all of the stars and the comets and the galaxies and the explosions are put on after. Fortunately, I know what all of those look like and feel like, so I can pretend they're there. But it should be clear to you the investment in the quality of these imageries. HD, high quality sound, and the ship. That's my favorite place to be in the universe, is on that ship. It goes everywhere in space and time. By the way, I've written 10 books. I didn't write this. This was written by Anne Durian, who is a science enthusiast. But that's not what's important about her. What's important about her is that she feels the universe. When she speaks of the universe, you can only feel her words. You hear them, but you feel them. And you want that kind of person to script stories of the universe that will affect you not only intellectually, we made sure that content was there, but also emotionally. And in some moments, even spiritually. I think there are moments in this and in all the 13 episodes where you are consumed by wonder and awe. And that's what I'm referring to here when I use the word spiritual. It's just, so many people think of science as something maybe they didn't do well in school in that topic, or they have to walk around it so they don't step in it. And cosmos is a reminder that science is all around us. And the cosmos is not only the large-scale universe, it is also what goes on the smallest scales.